everyone, it's Laynie and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, oh my goodness, thank you so much. How are you guys doing today? I hope your day is off to an excellent start. I have been running behind this year, and that's kind of the theme for me so far this year, but that's okay. It's better late than never. I want to sit down and do my makeup inventory with you guys. I really enjoy doing this, and I think it's a really good way to refresh the memory and remember, okay, I have this, I don't need more of that, oh, I really should not get more of this, oh, I need more of that. So I do find it to be very helpful, and I think it's fun to watch. I like watching other people's makeup inventories. So yeah, if you want to see what's all in my stash, then just keep watching. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you're new here, please click that subscribe button, join the fam, you will not regret it. I focus on makeup content, fragrance content, and lifestyle content. Okay, now let's dive on in. Please ignore the giant mess that is around me right now because I just got done filming a video and it was kind of a whole thing. I ended up having to run to Ulta because the color was so wrong on the foundation I was trying out, and I set aside some items that I purchased this year so they don't get confused in with my current makeup inventory. And then I have my mommy makeup bag, and so it's kind of it's a mess here. So let's dive into how many of everything I have, and I would love to share with you guys some of the things I'm like wanting to do better with, wanting to use up, things I might want to expand on. And I really think that I know what my goal is for this year. I think 2020 for me, still experimenting, and with makeup there's always experimentation. That's what makes it so fun. But I really want to make this year about finding those tried and true, die-hard go-to products that I can't live without, that I know are going to work well for me, that I don't have to try hard with. I think it just comes with the stage of life I'm in. Now that I'm busy chasing around an almost toddler, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm going to be even busier, so I love having those products that I know are going to work for me and I don't have to struggle with them. So that's definitely my goal this year. So for my inventory, I have 5 primers. I'm honestly not upset with that. And by the way, I will link down below my inventory from last year so you can see where I was at. I definitely feel like I'm doing better overall. But I would probably like to see the primer get down to 3 for next year. I think 3 is a good idea. And I think I'll have a better idea for sure what my skin type is going to be like once I'm done breastfeeding. So yeah, I definitely think 3 because I still want a little variety. I'll never be a 1 primer type of gal. I have 1 eyeshadow primer. I'm very happy with that. I feel like 1 is plenty. Concealer, I only have 2 right now. Really impressive, and honestly, I would actually like to see this get down to 1. Like, where, okay, hold on. No, I'll probably still have 2 because I might have like a time where I want a little bit more matte primer and then a little bit more glowy primer. So I'll probably always have 2. I have 1 color corrector, fine with that. I have 3 powders right now. I think I would like to get that down to 2. 1 loose powder that I'm obsessed with and 1 pressed powder that I love. Foundations is always a struggle for me because I love playing with complexion products. I just think it's so much fun. I love testing them all. I've got to catch them all. So I have 10. Still too much because it really does take a long time to use up foundation, and I find myself tossing them before they're fully gone, and I really hate being wasteful. Like, I try to give them a really good run for their money. Like, I've really tried to use them for a while, but to get through them I do have to get rid of things. So I think for next year my goal is to never have more than 6 foundations at once. I'll never be a 1 foundation person, but 6, that would be good because I could use them for 2 months at a time and probably get pretty darn close to using them up. I hate being wasteful, so I think 6 is a really good goal for next year, which means I really can't buy like any more foundation this year because I need to use up what I have. Then for face palettes with bronzer, I kind of lumped them together because I have quite a few left that I got in BoxyCharm because they definitely take a while to use up face palettes. So I currently have 5. I want to at least get through the ones I've already opened, which are the one I'm using right now, which is the Tarte. The Cover FX I have dove into before, and have I used this Ace Beauty one? No. Okay, so I for sure want to use up these 2, and I have absolutely no intentions of buying any more, and then hopefully next year I will finish up the other 2 Tartes, Yes, they're very expired, and yes, I will keep using them. They haven't been opened, so I believe they're good, even if the data says they're not. And then blush, I have 7. I've always said, honestly, I'm a blush person. I love playing with blush. I'm happy with having 7. I think I want to get to a point, though, where I don't have any blush palettes, because I'm kind of over palettes. Let me know if you guys are the same. I just find myself using a lot of the same colors in certain palettes, and it just feels wasteful because then I use up the one I want and then I don't ever touch the palette again or end up getting rid of it. So I think I'm just doing away with face palettes, and I kind of feel like they're a thing of the past. I don't think you hear about them or see them a lot anymore anyways, but I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Blush slash highlight palettes. So I only have one of those, and I'm fine with having that one, but I definitely will not be expanding into anything, like I said, really palette-like anymore. Setting sprays, I am addicted to. I have 5. That's including the one I'm using right now. I honestly don't feel terrible about it because I do go through them pretty quickly. Like, I just started using this one a few weeks back. I use them every single day, and I'm heavy-handed with my spray, so I really think I will use these up. I think I want to get to a place, though, where I only have like a max of 3. I think 3 would be good, because I do love them, and I love, sometimes I want glowy, sometimes I want long lasting, so I need a little variety there, but I would like to see that come down definitely by next year. Where did I leave off? Oh, highlighters, I have 8, and I would love to see this whittled down. It probably won't get whittled down a lot because I don't use highlighters a lot. I would really like to get to a place, though, where I only have of actual highlighters. The tricky part is, like, I count these 2 as highlighters, but I honestly use them as eyeshadow more. This one's a duochrome, and I love it for an inner corner, a little fun. And then this is the Fenty Beauty. Like, I can't wear this as a highlighter, but it's technically a highlighter. But I think when it comes to, like, actual highlighters that I would use, I could probably whittle my collection down to 2 or 3 that I would realistically reach for on the regular. So I would like to see this. I would like to see this number come down by next year. I think that would be a good goal. And honestly, at some point, I do have to pitch products when they're expired. Like, I hate doing it, but there's a point, like, I overdid it with BoxyCharm and buying. So, like, there's a point where it's sad, but they've got to go eventually. So we'll see by next year what's left. Eyeshadow palettes, this might be more of a struggle than foundation for me because I love having variety. I love eyeshadow palettes. I think they're so fun. Like, I'm doing so much better. Like, I don't really buy eyeshadow palettes. Like, it's rare. But I have 13 in my stash. And it sounds crazy, but I only see myself getting rid of 1. Like, I want to get rid of 1 because I'm not happy with how they're fitting in one of my drawers. And, like, that's my main motivation. I have one in there that's, like, super duper old that was a custom palette that I put together. Like, that has a ton of Makeup Geeks, and, like, I hate the idea of getting rid of it, but that one will probably, I'll use it this year, and then it's gonna go because it's old. I have my 2 Jaclyn Hills. I haven't even opened them. I have no intention, like, I want to open them all the time. Trust me, all the time, because I do love the original. I've heard they changed the formula. I will be so sad. I've never even dove into the number 2. So, like, those are staying closed and sealed and in good condition until I get through some of these other palettes. But for sure, I want to get rid of 1 because I'm not happy with how they're sitting in the drawer, and it drives me crazy every time I look in that drawer. Cream liquid eyeshadow, I have 3. I'm fine with that. I have 1 that's a cream, like, pencil by ColourPop. I have the 1 Super Shock and 1 glitter. I see myself probably, if I get rid of 1, it would be just the pencil. Like, I'll probably use that up, and then I'm not really going to get pencils again. I always try them thinking I'm going to love them. I don't. So I could see this going to 2 next year. Pencil liner, I went crazy a while back and thought I needed all these fun colors because I was going to dive into all these fun looks. Well, then I got pregnant and had a kid, and I don't get to dive into crazy fun looks very often. Realistically, there's probably only like 2, maybe 3 colors in there I would use. But I do love to have a black, a brown, a white, and a cream always in my collection. So I would say the lowest I would probably get this to is 8 probably. Liquid liners, I have 3. I'm fine with that. I have a black, a white, and a glitter, so I don't think that's like crazy or anything. And then mascara, I have 2 right now. I'm fine with that. 1 I'm using, 1 for when I use it up. I'm going to keep it like that. I always like to have 1 in my backup stash because of the fact that, like, if it isn't working, you know, I don't want to need to run to the store right then. So I always like to have 2 of those. So I'm totally fine with that. I have 1 lash glue, 6 things of lashes. I love how false these look on other people. I even love how they look on me. I hate applying them. I'm not good at applying them, probably because I haven't done enough to worry about because I don't enjoy the process. I also have hooded eyes. I feel like it complicates things. So this one, realistically, probably won't really get whittled down because I never wear them. Lip liners is a problem, you guys. I will be real with you. One of those nights up late, you know, browsing ColourPop and thought, oh, you know, I've got to have that lip liner vault. Well, I didn't need it. It is handy in a way. I have found some liners that really work well for me that I wouldn't have been able to explore without it. So it's not a full regret, but like I do not need 43 lip liners. At the time in my head, I was like, well, I don't need to buy like funky colored lipsticks because I can just reach for these lip liners to fill in my lips, which is totally true. But again, my life changed. I had a kid. I don't wear funky lipsticks anymore. It's very rare. It is very rare. I'm also just getting older, so my tastes are changing. You know, I'm in my 30s now. So yeah, this one will probably get dwindled down because they'll be expired and probably drying up. So some of those will be gone by next year. I don't have a set goal because I really need to play with the colors and find out which ones I love. But like an extreme goal that I would love to see happen, I don't know if it will, half of that. The average makeup wearer is like 20 lip liners. What the? But yes, 20 would be good for me. 43 is a little intense. It actually gets kind of hard to pick one out because there's so many. Lipsticks, I have 20. Honestly, that's crazy too, but I'm pretty happy with that. There's some I really love in there, and I do know which ones I really love. You know, I have those ones I'm always reaching for, so maybe, again, cut that one in half. 10 lipsticks. 10 lipsticks would be nice. And then I have 10 lip glosses. Not horrible, but I would like to see this come down because I have really honed in like what glosses I need. And honestly, anymore, like a clear gloss is really all you need. You just, this one, so handy. You just pop it on top of anything and you look all juicy and glossy and wonderful. So yeah, honestly, that could get dwindled down to 1 and I would be fine with it. But realistically, I have a hard time letting things go, so that probably won't happen. But yeah, you guys, that is everything in my current collection, my makeup inventory. You heard my goals. Let me know what you think. Let me know how your makeup stash is going. Are you dwindling down or are you still in the collection phase? I would love to hear from you guys. I really am excited about honing in on those products that I love, my tried and trues this year. So yeah, that is definitely the goal for this year. Like find those products that rock. What do we call them on what do we call them in the old days on YouTube? My ride or dies? I don't know, I'm not hip anymore, you guys. Actually, I've honestly never been hip. We'll go with I'm timeless. So anyways, you guys, I really appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of this stuff I have here. It is kind of crazy when you look through it all, but I know I enjoyed it, and it really does help me get an idea of like where I'm at, what I need and what I don't need. I would say this year is the don't need year for sure. I don't feel like I need anything. My priorities have changed. You know, I'll still buy something though, but I definitely feel like this is the year of dwindling this collection down even more to my tried and true ride or die products. And as always, you guys, please try to stay positive because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.